Hey everyone, welcome to the Cloaks of Mindhelm, 5e D&D stream from Penny Dragon Games. I'm Ben, the DM, and we're going to be rejoining the Cloaks, the most unfortunate, city watch in all the land, who are now at the present moment trekking through a very dangerous and deadly swamp, on a mission that. Let's be honest, if they hadn't been ordered to do it, they 100% would not be undertaking. So, as I say, welcome to the Penny Dragon Games Twitch channel, as well as this show. We got a bunch of other stuff on the schedule, as we do every week. On Tuesday, Fellowship of the Fallen is back with DM Juan, and the Fellowship are almost within sight of Icespire Hold. It's been a long climb up the mountain, and now Cryovane lies in wait for the party. On Thursday, DM Mark is back. Oh no, sorry, forgive me. Vibrance won't be on its usual Thursday slot this week coming, but they'll be back on the 5th of May. Last week, the party made their way to the farm, where an altercation with some sentient scarecrows led them to the barn, where they took care of the red-coloured liquid being supplied to LeBlanc. Next Friday, DM Dave will be back with the Sophron Saga. That's at 7 p.m. BST, as usual. And the Carved Witch is dead, but that victory came at a cost. After casting their Rage Dead ritual in the corrupted bowels of the Witch's cottage, has their recently deceased party member returned unharmed, or did some semblance of this evil place return with them? On Sunday, we'll have the Violet Madness, again with the very talented DM Mark. That's Sunday, May the 1st. Violet Madness is back, and the gang have all been shrunk down to microscopic size and are currently exploring the living dungeon that is the human body. The party have reached the heart, but the session ended with them being attacked by white blood cells. Finally, following Friday, we will also have the Churn Gang. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm going on my old, all these dates are in my, are all seared into my head, but of course, Churn Gang, you think I should know I'm playing in it. Won't be back for another few weeks. The official date, if we have one, is escaping me, but we had a few weeks off. But in the last session, the Churn Gang has found that the God Thief has been at it for a lot longer than any of us knew. So much so that the current gods, we realized, stole their places from the previous ones. So we'll be back in about a month to face those truths and plan for the future. And all of these shows you can catch the VODs of, including the show you're watching now, this one and all the others over on YouTube, if you want to catch up on previous episodes and see what's been happening. So, tons of stuff going on the Penny Dragon Twitch channel. And if you like the shows, our merch store is there, so you can pick up some cool stuff. But with all that housekeeping out of the way, I will jump to introductions, and then we can get back to the swamp. So, in no particular order, just who I got on my screen. Boyd, why don't you tell us who you're playing?
Sure. What's up, folks? My name's Boyd, and I'm going to be playing Earl Stonehelm. He's a young, naive dwarf who gets uncontrollably agitated when he goes out on adventures. He's a pugilist, which is a homebrew class by Benjamin Hoffman. It's sort of a strength-based monk, more focused on boxing and martial arts. It's great, pick it up. And
yep.
He loves Tales of Old Adventurers and is obsessed with them like a nerdy teen loves Spider-Man. He likes to throw hands, and he swears in a particularly dwarven fashion.
Yeah. What was it? Sorry, I was distracted by something. Next up, Kyle. Yeah. Kyle.
So I'm playing Transcribe, also known as Pouches, who grew up on the streets of Mindhelm like a little street rat, somehow learned magic, and is probably more in love with his magic than anything else. Which
I think that's a fair description of Pouches.
Yeah, which I think even Navani knows to a certain degree, considering. Like, he loves Navani, but he loves his magic just maybe a bit more. And I think that one day is going to get him into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, magic is thicker than blood.
Yeah, although he is an illegal mage.
Yeah, although technically you and Big Sis aren't blood related, so
Yeah.
who knows?
Magic is thicker than shared trauma.
Well, speaking of viscous fluids, Nico, tell us about your little alchemist.
Viscous fluids. That's nice. It's a great image. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I'm Nico. I play Patri. He is a charismatic elf alchemist artificer with a knack for getting into trouble. Having grown up in a fairly prestigious alchemist guild, he built quite the reputation for himself for his talents and for his little concoctions that he would like to experiment with for his more morally questionable clients. But unfortunately, his experiments gotten him into trouble, I think maybe a few too many times, and he was cast out and sent to serve his time with the Brown Cloaks. Poor Patri, if you imagine a beautiful, healthy, tall elf growing up as this charismatic, good-looking little elf kid and having a few too many experiments gone wrong, acid splashes, explosions. He's this little shriveled, scarred, creaturey version of his former self.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't have to wait too much longer just picturing these characters because, hush hush, we do have some art coming in which is almost finished. So we're really looking forward to debuting that. And last but certainly not least for today, Fona.
Thinking she reaches for the drink the minute it comes to me. Hi everyone, I'm Fona.
It's my fault for not watching the screen.
I play Andy. Andy is a young human rogue. She came to Minehelm originally to apprentice at the library and just really proved not to have a lick of sense for the academics. So she didn't want to go home, so she stuck around Minehelm and fell in with the Thieves Guild and did one little job, and her mom got scared. She got caught on a B&E, rather unfortunately sent to prison, and now is on work release. Amongst other methods, she's trying to get the pretty band off her wrist with.
Yeah. So let that be a lesson, kids. Going to the library, right? It's a one-way track to a life of crime. So, now, unfortunately, our most recent player, T. Tendai, won't be with us tonight. They're not feeling well. So they will be greatly missed, and I will be doing my level best to play their very interesting character in a satisfying way. Kill her. Oh, this is my opportunity to kill the cleric, and you'll be doomed. So...
by cleric, you mean the person who will mean you, ensure you never get a nat 20 ever again.
Exactly, the grave cleric.
Let's be honest, that's what grave clerics' jobs are. They're not to heal you. They're not there to heal you. They're to ensure your nat 20s die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. So, let's just drop ourselves onto the map proper and cue the next track. So, as I say, I believe we left off right after, because we ran a little bit over the last time. So I think we left off right with the end of the battle when the frog granny, aka this sort of strange amphibious hag, had poofed out of existence. She seemed to have plane shifted away. So this, for those who don't remember, currently up, and actually I need to check how long it lasts, but that grey circle is a zone of truth. You say 10 minutes?
Mm-hmm. And
okay.
Both myself and Andy had, I think, failed our charisma save.
You have. Andy and Pouches had failed, which Thana would know. I'm not going to make the executive decision as to whether Thana would probe as to if you're really here for, benevolent reasons.
I think Patrice had to make their save.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember whether or not.
Dural made his save. I
Dural
failed
definitely
mine.
did.
Andy failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Thana would ask. Thana's pretty chill, so.
So I'm still getting to know this new laptop.
Good. Yeah.
Do
So
I
I mean,
recognize this effect, by the way? Having gone to Lawkeep.
if Zone of Truth is on the wizard spell list, then
No, remember, I grew up with a bunch of religious spellcasters.
that is true. Yeah, that is true. Well, just make an Arcana check just to be how much. I mean, you're certainly aware of the spell. In the heat of combat, if it's not, you wouldn't necessarily maybe have seen what hand signals or what magic words she spoke.
20.
Yeah. It's you didn't see Thana casting all of the spell. You kind of caught the tail end of it. You recognized a few words. It was a little bit boring. It was not one of those spells that went boom, So
Very disappointing.
yeah,
I'm gonna be like,
you
Andy,
know what
can
it
you
is.
lie?
Yes.
Can you lie at the moment?
What am I lying about?
I'm just curious if you can lie at the moment.
No,
So
you
I'm
can't.
going to attempt to lie. I'm going to say, I think Pouches. I'm going to attempt to say I think Pouches is the greatest person ever.
What you say is shut up, Pouches.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't lie right now.
Oh, goody. So how
Wait,
did you
why
end up with
can't I
that? Because magic things.
Ugh, magic.
Now, please do tell me that story about how you ended up with your pretty jewelry.
Thana's looking a bit. Because, well, you're not compelled. You do not have to. You don't have to say anything. It does not, unless somebody wants to cast suggestion or command or something. You don't have to say anything. You can plead the fifth.
Andy's just going to be confused and she's going to like rub at her bracelet and say this.
Yes, that.
I went to prison and they let me come here instead. Isn't that what happens
Yes,
to
but
everyone
what
with
did
one
you
of
go
these?
to prison for, since you won't tell us?
I need to just double check because I know the caster is aware of who's failed.
Yes. No one
I
else.
wonder, do they know? An affected creature is aware of the spell. Okay, so you know that there is you're aware that you're aware that if you speak, you won't be able to lie.
Hey, hold on. Maybe she doesn't want to tell you that.
Or maybe he's just afraid I've killed somebody and that's why I'm here. I'm going to kill him in his sleep or something.
Dana gets a bit the sort of defensive and says, have you killed somebody?
No. Well, yes, but no. Like I did.
Do you want to kill
but
me
it was
in my
part of my
sleep?
job.
Oh yeah, and then she's like,
I
oh yeah,
never said
damn, I
that.
can't. Yeah, she's like, that's true. Probably killed a lot of people.
You just said that.
What?
By
We
killing
all
you in my
killed
s-
somebody.
Yes, but do you want to kill me in my sleep? Do I need to be worried now?
I don't want to.
I'm going to.
I'm going to make an insight check to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, sure. I mean, does
No, I didn't catch that. That went past me.
Yeah.
I'm going to just respond with, really? Okay. Like, to Pouches, that's a little bit surprising because he feels like everyone wants to at some point kill him in his sleep.
I kill everybody all the time. Jeez, it's just a mood.
Wait, what's going on? Why?
We can't lie at the moment.
Dana says
He
she's
keeps
like,
asking
I'm
me
sorry. She
questions.
says I before the other
Smackdown.
person, the froggy person, poofed away. I had thrown this up because I wanted to ask her some questions
Oh,
about whether she was what she wanted or if she was hostile.
smart.
You all just, started trying to kill her. But I mean, granted, she did, fight back. But I thought, if there was some info, it was just more of a precautionary measure. I thought I'd ask what her intentions were. We might get a straight answer out of her.
Okay, so how long till I can lie again?
I don't know, 7-8 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay.
You really are taking away all of her quiver at this point. If she can't lie, I mean, it's like half her talent gone.
I'm getting
at this point. I'm gonna realize I haven't asked Dural if he can lie, and I'm gonna be like, Dural, buddy.
Would for a question for the DM, would I have been aware that some sort of magic had that I threw a saving throw? Is that a thing?
I think it says a creature affected by the spell are aware of it. So I don't think so unless you fail.
I am.
I think you are aware of Zone of Truth whether you pass or fail.
Oh, maybe it's a creature in the spell's radius is aware of it. I feel like realistically, for the most part, if somebody tries to cast a spell on you, you're aware. I know certain spells will call it out because or they'll call it the friend's cantrip specific because it's only a cantrip specifically says that if you fail and you're aware that magic was used to influence you, and it might obviously that could piss you off.
I mean, I felt some attempt at a magical interference with me, but I shrugged it off. I think I can lie.
Tell us a lie then.
Lie is silver. No.
Ah, shit, he can lie.
I can lie.
Okay.
Terribly disappointing.
Can you lie,
What about
Patches?
you, Patri? Can you lie?
She's like, I'm getting into some. I'm getting into some sort of,
It's group therapy, okay?
drama,
It's group
and
therapy.
this isn't.
This is family therapy time.
Yeah, I feel like I'm intruding here. I think I might drop this spell.
So Patches, wait! Don't drop the spell. But do you know Ainavani and Voder left?
I don't. I mean, I can lie. Why wouldn't Petrie be able to lie?
Yeah, I don't know if Patri, because I can't remember specifically if Patri made the save. I had noted that Andy and Pouches had failed. In case
was that
already
one of the last
passed-
things we did?
Yeah, I want to see is there a wisdom?
No,
save
there's no
in
save for Patri.
Okay, should I do a wisdom
there?
save?
Okay. Yes, please. It would be what is Thana's DC? 13.
I haven't forgotten Andy's question, by the way.
Patri,
Patri cannot lie.
you are aware that you cannot lie. You are. Who was that? Washington or Lincoln? Who couldn't tell a lie?
I don't know.
Alright.
Not American.
All right, sorry, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, Patri just leaves the circle. Yeah.
Boo! Come back for family therapy time.
Yeah, because it's only when you're in the zone.
In the zone, cone of truth.
How you really
Cone of
bond
truth.
is you bond over explosions and experiments.
Exactly.
Brings a true family together.
The funny part is that Patri can't lie at the moment, so we know this is how they feel. I'm gonna just say to Andy, and I'm gonna be like, yes, I know why one of them left.
Which one? Why did they go? Why did they leave?
I'm just gonna be like, because reasons, which is true, because there were reasons.
Andy's just gonna scuff a toe and shrug a little bit and be kind of looking elsewhere, and she's go, I just thought the brown cloaks were, you didn't leave that easy.
It helps to be able to leave much easier when you don't have magic jewelry that will snap your arm like a twig.
Well, there's that, but I thought other people, wasn't there a thing where it's in the cloak, in it for life type thing?
Yeah, but
Doesn't
that's
matter
usually
anyway.
you die 5 minutes after you join.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, it's fine.
Once a cloak, you've been woke.
I just walk
The
past
cloak.
and I say, I miss him too. Come on, let's go to bed.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna
Thana
like
feels
walking that way, and I'm
intensely
gonna be like,
uncomfortable.
I'm gonna be like, I honestly put money on Dural to have died within the first week.
The spell by this point has just of its own accord has.
Now we're just telling truths.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like walk back in and just be like I'm not even gonna bother to like taking it, just like on the bed, face down, and be like,
Yeah.
like.
There was, I think Andy and Doral had taken a watch and someone else. I'm just for metagame expedience's sake. You're going to get a long rest, and you know there's not going to be. We don't have to go through the rigmarole of the this.
How much time of a long rest do you actually have to have spent sleeping to get the long rest?
6 hours.
6 hours. Okay.
I think you need more than a 10-minute interruption to break a long rest, if I remember the rules correctly.
Yeah, so I mean, I suppose because it. I mean, yeah, because I mean, it's. I can't imagine you could like sleep, half an hour at a time, like a bunch of times. You're not probably going to be that rested. But if you get 6 hours of sleep in, like, a couple of chunks of sleep, I'm not gonna,
I have a question. Do
Yes.
temporary hit points disappear after you take a long rest?
They do.
They do. Cool.
Unless there was some specific edge case where it said, like, in the ability that they remain for.
Okay. Yeah.
If there was an exception, it would be. Yeah, it'd be they disappear on a long rest unless there was some like exception to the rule that was stated.
Cool.
So yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna move Handy off the ladder so she's not spending the night on the ladder bridge. So. Oh yeah. Also, was it decided by chat that the dog is called Mr. Fibbles? Is that right?
Mr. Fibbles, yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't a nightmare I had.
No.
No.
That's the real thing.
Don't ever let the internet decide things.
I'm surprised it wasn't Doggy McDogface.
Or
I think dog was an option in fairness.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of dog. But Mr. Fibbles it is.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's not a great night's sleep. After something like that, it's quite unsettling. It's difficult to get back to sleep. I'm assuming that. I'm gonna assume most people probably slept inside, unless anyone was specifically choosing to sleep outside. But you will do all, drift off to sleep. The other people on watch are especially alert, particularly because obviously that the creature wasn't killed. It vanished. But in time, though it feels like a very long night, dawn does come. And, it's not, again, particularly restful. So I'd say you're all waking up pretty early. I mean, unless specifically you decide you're sleeping in. And the morning greets you.
Andy wants to case the joint again, now that it's in the dawn's early light.
Investigation, please.
It's been ages since I tried to do this all on one screen. Everything's so tiny.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
really helps.
23.
Oh, well then. Okay, so you got yeah. What did you found the serpent venom and no? Did you? Oh god, I can't remember.
I definitely got 3 vials of poison for coating my weapons before.
Yeah. Okay. So looking now, you found there. So there is there was basically a lot of tiers of investigation. You made the DC 14 and the DC 15, I think before, but there was a DC 17, a DC 19, and a DC 22 for the stuff that was in the cottage. So I will.
Hell yes.
Hang on. I'm just gonna I'll go through it, but I'm just gonna copy this stuff momentarily just into the Discord chat.
Perfect.
Bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna. So I will post it just when I see. Once I've told you what it is. So, you find 1 dose of serpent venom, which is a more potent poison. I don't. It's in the DMG. I'll look it up afterwards. It's just kind of a more potent poison. It's nothing magical about it. You find 3. They're called. Thana would be able to identify them, just because it's Meg was using them and she had been being taught how to use them. They are called Sprigid Leaves, a Sprigid bush. So the dried leaves of a Sprigid bush can be ground, dissolved in a liquid, heated, and ingested. Basically, make a tea out of them. So if you ingest 1 ounce of Sprigid leaves in this fashion, you regain 1 hit point. And if you ingest more than 5 ounces in 24 hours, you can't get any more healing from it, and you have to make a con save or you might fall unconscious. So you can't take too much of it. It will mess you up. But they're good for you can brew, tea with it and get 1 hit point back. Basically, 1 leaf is enough to make an ounce of, you could crush 1 leaf up into tea. You also find a poisoner's kit. So Thana would actually be able to make poisons over, downtime and stuff. You find another 4 of those Sprigid leaves, so there's 7 total to make these little minor 1 hit point teas. You find a potion of healing, just a regular one, and then you notice that it was rolled just under a loose brick in the fireplace. Andy is just combing over this place in a very Andy fashion, in the morning, it's just you're buzzing with energy, and you're really in the zone. And you find where is it? I wrote it down. Sorry, 2 seconds. So, there's in a little glass vial. Everything else was mostly in clay. The potion of healing was in a little glass vial as well. This is another. It's glass. It's very strange. Like a tiny creature in the glass vial. It is this. It almost looks like insectoid in nature. This kind of 4-armed little insectoid humanoid with, very thin membraned wings. And you pick it up, and it's just so delicate, and your hand shakes ever so slightly, and just at the slightest disturbance, this sort of desiccated little insect creature with these little wings just crumbles into dust. And the dust is the color of dead skin and ash. But what this actually is pixie dust. And that is a sort of a desiccated pixie inside. So I'm just going to post it into the Discord. So it's a 1-use thing. So as an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature that you can see within 5 feet. Recipient, so you get a flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for a minute just by ingesting this
It's Tinkerbell dust.
Dehydrated, pixie corpse dust. It is not what one would think. Fairy tales that you were told as children about pixie dust. It's more like creepy, Pan's Labyrinth insect fairy ashes. But there's pixie dust, potion of healing, like 7 of those healing tea leaves, and a poisoner's kit. And that is the place is absolutely cleaned out. Yep.
Although, thanks for
The
mentioning
handy
Pan's Labyrinth. Who needs to sleep tonight, eh? That movie was seriously like not a happy time.
Yeah, but imagine this guy at the window instead of the hag. So,
do you show us that stuff, Andy?
Yeah, I think Andy will probably like find it and be piling it all on a table, and she'll finish up and she'll just be there and she'll be like shaking. Like you're not quite. I don't know if you saw the little pixie skeleton before it turned to dust, but now she's staring at it and she like gives it a little shake and then stares at it some more to see is it going to reform into.
If you ever let it like settle, if you leave it still and you don't touch it, like after a couple of seconds, it always reforms. And whenever it's agitated, it dustifies.
Yeah, so I think what she's doing is probably just preventing it from forming because she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the other stuff is all on the table for anyone who wants to lay claim.
Thana is aware of this potion of healing, but she was not aware that Meg had this pixie dust stuff. So
Wow, that's the one thing from the pile that Andy's actually holding on to.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, if it is made known, that you have it. But for the time being, I think Andy is keeping that hush hush.
I don't know that she's keeping it hush hush, but she's not letting go of it anyway.
Oh yeah. If the others see it, Thana would make note of and mention that she was not aware that Meg, because she's like, anyone with a herbalism kit can make potions of healing. So it's not like some secret, like she would make potions of healing, but she'd never seen this pixie dust before.
That's some crazy stuff you've found, Andy. Hell of an eye.
Sometimes I actually do come in useful.
That's crazy.
So this is actually a pixie, and she shakes it again.
I really want to fly. I've never done that before, and it's always been in all these books I've read, and it looks so much fun, but there's no way I am sniffing a line of some dead pixie.
Yeah.
What the hell?
You gotta
I
do
just
these
chuckle
things
and
if you
just
want to get
file that
high.
away in my head for later that Dura wants to fly at some point.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to snort a rail of pixie dead skin and ash. No.
What the hell?
Miss Jawbreaker says, "Lick it."
Yeah.
Anyway,
You should have licked the big frog hag. Shit probably would have been crazy.
I look at the rest of the group and I'm like, well, I think we figured this out before, but I can't quite remember. What was the plan? Are we heading back to Minehelm, or are we continuing on to the ruins?
We came to get the map, right?
I think we decided we're going to go after the ruins.
Yeah.
I think that's where we left off, but
I think it was
just out of game, like out of character, out of game. 100% fine if you want to head back to Minehelm.
No. All right. Well, let's make off for these ruins then. Anyone any good with maps and stuff? I mean, I know a bit, but I'm not the best. And out of character, I got a +3 in survival. Anyone?
That's better than mine, I think.
All right.
Survival. Where is survival?
I think Andy's pretty good at it. You took that.
Oh,
like,
survival
scout,
is, yeah,
scout
plus 6.
subclass.
You were the scout. I forgot about that. Yeah. Here,
Yeah,
Andy.
and I think that it worked out well because it happened right after you were saying we were talking about taking the subclass anyway, and then the level up happened right after Jean's character, his guest character. Oh God, really sorry, Jean. I can't remember his name. The Halfling Ranger. That was like, oh, that was he was really useful in finding the cave, and it was like, oh, that stuff seems really useful. If I need to disappear, I'll go disappear into the woods. Yeah.
I learned so much from him, and I'm sure I have his name in my notes somewhere. So much.
Arnad.
So Andy will take the map, and then she's just like, she's shuffling things around to free her hand so that she can take the map. And you just hear her, like, as she flicks the map open to look at it, you just hear her muttering, gotta get a better bag. And she's just then embroiled in the map trying to figure out a direction for us to go.
You ever heard of these bags, right? And they're bigger on the inside than they are on the outside.
I want one of those, especially if we're going to go to ruins an awful lot. Like, you don't know what you're going to find at ruins.
Every adventuring party I've ever heard of has one of them.
Yeah,
Someday we'll get there.
We'll find one. I think you can buy them, but I think they're expensive.
Maybe we'll
Keep
find one of the rooms.
Yeah, keep dreaming, dwarf boy. This is the Cloaks. You gotta lug all that shit back to the city.
I just like peppering in stuff where Dural knows way too much.
I love Dural's like adventurer nerd, like kind of.
Does someone want to help me read the map?
Could I have helped her read the map?
Sure.
I can help too.
It really didn't matter.
That was really great. Thank you.
I mean, we can. I mean, if you want to spend like another like 10 minutes here, you can repeat a check. Because you'd have some. But after that, I don't know if you're going to get much. If you're going to get much better at reading the map and navigating. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like, you'll be able to, for the most part, follow the map, but I mean, things might get tricky on the way, or it might take you longer, depending on the check, because the route is plotted out.
By the way, is my book going to be in the city when we get back?
It was, what did I say, 2 weeks?
A week.
A week. Yeah, probably. You'll probably have it by the time we go on another mission.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we actually have a map handout, or is it just that we found a map that's going to lead us to where we're going next?
Yeah, pretty much. It's because I didn't want to draw out the whole swamp with a little dot, because I feel like it would have to be pretty detailed to be like a reliable map that you could just find your way there. If it was like a big if it was like a Goonies style, very broad map, I feel like you could easily still get lost.
Okay, so Andy's going to spend a couple of minutes with the map, and she's going to go outside and kind of walk around the island and look at things and then compare it to the map to sort of basically try and orientate herself on the map before she tries this again.
I will help her again.
Do, because you found something, didn't you? You did some orienteering, didn't you? Got pouches last session. I don't remember what you did.
Yeah, I worked out how long it would take us to get there.
We got a 12 now.
Yeah. You're feeling more confident than you were. Like, you definitely know what direction to go. Like, you know where you're heading.
Yeah, so Andy will point that direction, and she'll be like, I'm almost positive it's this way.
Yeah, you'd be heading like
I mean,
did it snap? Is that snapping on the map?
It's not. It's from me.
Is it doing the snap? Oh no, sorry. I was.
it is.
I wasn't looking at my keyboard. I had control press, not shift. Click. Cool. Yeah. So it's up there, the top right.
Okay.
Out that way.
Lead the way, Scout.
Right, yes, that's me. And so then she takes off going in the right direction. She was about to say, like, what are we waiting for, losers? And then she was realized that they were waiting for her. So it's like, oops.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move the ladder so I don't have to walk in the water.
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, it's been a long time. I don't know how good a swimmer I really am. I don't fancy getting wet either. Can you move it, Pouches?
Yeah, I worked it out. There's enough. There's a 20-foot gap on the other side I found.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there.
Cool.
Sorry, mate.
Put the ladder between those 2 points. You should have it. But
No, I can't. Why don't we select the full thing? I'm just gonna do something here. Where is my thing gone? Okay. Sorry, Patches. What point you doing? Like here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine. You've practiced enough. You got across in the other one. You got time. You should be able to make it across without much issue. Somebody wants to make. I think no. Hang on. Yeah, the dog isn't too keen about swimming, so if somebody wants they're on the other side, try and coax him over with an animal handling check.
Yep, I will.
Cool.
I don't have any wisdom. I'm really bad. Did that work? Oh, jeez. Scared of my scars.
No, it's not you. It's gonna be difficult to convince Mr. Fibbles to go over. Let me see if. Okay, we'll say that. So he's still there with. He's coaxed over by Thana, and he goes and sits by Patrice's side. He kind of puts a paw in the water, and he does eventually start swimming. He comes out pretty drenched, like most of the way down. His that long sort of matted wolfhound looking fur is just like soaking wet. There's like algae all over it. He's like most of him is now like green. He looks like like all his fur almost looks like moss. He's inevitably shakes like crazy, and swamp water starts flying everywhere.
I make sure I am up the ladder before he gets to the other side, knowing this will happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just we can assume you've all.
A dog's gonna fucking die out here.
Yeah, we can assume you've all made your way over. And yeah, we're assuming we're climbing up. We're making our way downtown.
Head on over to the northwest, over to here.
Yep. So, is anyone sort of detouring or doing anything else, or we're just heading straight there?
I think the only thing Andy would be doing is just as she's kind of leading the way, she is kind of keeping an ear out and an eye out for movement in the trees or anything like that. So I assume that's just passive perception the whole time.
You can give me an active perception if you're really looking, but depending how.
Sorry, that was I still have the
I'll
advantage
I'll
toggle
take-
on.
Yeah, it's grand. I'll take the leftmost one. So, yeah, you're not seeing anything. I mean, your pace is like a little slowed by making kind of more active checks as you're going because you would otherwise have disadvantage because you were looking at the map. But if you're being slow and kind of making your way along and making sure and stopping where you're going, and the perception checks help a bit with the navigation. You know, you're lining up the map with where you're going, and though you know it takes some time picking through. Actually, just give me 1 second here, guys. Just a second. I'm just going to grab all your tokens before I forget. Yeah, though it takes some time, you do eventually. Just wait for this to load. You make your way across, you know, some pretty shitty terrain. You know, your boots getting stuck in the mud. There's lots of biting flies, you know, all around you. There's these big, like, fat leeches that almost kind of look like slime-covered pebbles, and then you sort of see them quickly moving, or you step on one and it like squelches and you know pus comes out. The trees are all sort of the tree bark is clammy and wet. Yes, there's fungus everywhere. There's just that smell of must in the air. But
Hobor's been through here.
yeah, exactly. So you know it's not pleasant, but following the path, it's pretty. You also notice following the path. You know this isn't as it's not as it's more well trodden than the rest of the swamp. People have been moving through here. I just want to check one thing. Yep, no, just want to make sure. So, eventually, you do all make your way. Where's it done that? Okay, sorry, gang. It copied over the ladder for some reason. So, I'm just gonna say, assuming, I'm just gonna sort of place everyone down on the map. Bear with me 1 second. So, eventually you make your way through the more densely covered swamp, and you come to something of a clearing, and you are down here. You have emerged, and kind of similar to the cottage, there is this more of an open space, and there is another elevation change. There's a drop with a couple more of these ladders, and this is like 10, 15, 20. Again, from the highest point, you know, from this ledge that you're on, it is like a 20-foot drop if you were just to go straight into the water. But then it's a kind of a 5, 10, 15, 20. You know, each of these elevation changes are like 5 feet. But except over here to the left is like a 15, or a 10-foot drop down, and then a 10-foot drop again. But, you know, from up here, you are 20 feet above the waterline, and you can see in the distance there the beginning of ruins. There is old. Oh, sorry, Nico, you're muted. You saying something?
That map looks really cool. I love
Yes,
the
I
map.
was just going to say this is another map, same as the previous one, by the very talented. It's a map, so you can find her on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I'm pretty sure others, you know, all good social media. She's fantastic cartographer. In fact, I have another something in the works that Kate from It's a Map is making for me, and I'm really, really excited about it. It's going to be pretty cool. I just sent some stuff to Kate today. We were just talking about this next map. So
He's passionate about maps and about the fact that you can't steal Dave.
exactly. Like I love this. Like it looks so cool. This like, you know, this statue like under the water. You know, it just looks fucking awesome. So, yeah, you see, this is man-made, or well, could be dwarven-made or elven-made. You know, humanoid-made stonework. Though it is crumbling, it is even. You don't have to be Doral with his stone cunning to know. You know, this was once a structure. You know, and a lot of it is sunken beneath the water, although as you can see some is protruding. And yeah, there is just pretty still water. It's just like before. The water is quite stagnant, although you do see wildlife swimming through it. The water itself does not move. It's covered in sort of a thin, well, not even thin really, a thick film of algae and moss, and there are lily pads floating all over it.
Weird type of place.
Oh, and really sorry again. So, like up around the top left of the map, so just kind of off northwest, where there is this kind of grey, you know, the raised area on the other side. It's basically kind of continuing a little bit off in that direction, you know. Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
guys.
attempt to use my stone cunning on the place and roll a history check to see if I can tell the origins of these ruins.
Sure. DC at this distance, DC will be pretty high, I'd say, but you can always, when you get a closer look.
Yeah, I'll maybe.
How
have an
high are the
idea.
walls? On
No.
the summit
I mean, you
section?
can, at a glance, you might, you know, it might be very familiar to you.
A total of 9.
Yeah, it's not like it's your only chance. Can look over it. It doesn't look dwarven, because you'd know that at a glance. It's not
Is
dwarven.
Definitely
Probably, it's probably human. It looked like or human or something. It's not It's not elven. It looks pretty
weird.
It's yeah. It's quite simple in a way.
What do you think? Shall we? How are we
Do
going?
I recognize anything about it?
If you want, you give me a history check.
How high are the walls over in the unflooded section? Can we see anything?
That's right.
Oh, 1 second, Kyle. Yeah, this is it like kind of it hits you when you see the ruins sunken in. You're like, oh, like you remember like hearing something about this because it was. You don't remember like the exact name or the exact circumstances. Most of it is lost to legend, but this place, most of like Green Marsh wasn't this flooded or this like overgrown, like, you know, centuries ago or more. There was like this because you're not going to build a castle on the swamp, but the reason you know it is because it was acid related. So, you know, it was in researching black dragons. Apparently, some people say they were courting a black dragon, and that some, you know, lord or baron, or some say a king or a queen, or it was a princess, it was a prince, you know, it was a czar, you know, whatever, was maybe courting the black dragon, or they ran afoul of a black dragon, and basically the place was cursed by this black dragon, very powerful old magic, and the swamp, it's, you know, it sunk it, and a lot of the stone, you know, the stone was melted by the black dragon's acid, and just this, yeah, festering, fetid swamp kind of grew up around it as it sunk into the earth, and it's been sinking more and more ever since. So this castle, nobody knows what it was called. It's very long ago, but it fell into ruin after falling afoul of an evil black dragon.
Well, I will tell that story to the party, as as we're gazing upon it. Oh shit.
Yeah. Although there are some historians who say it wasn't a black dragon, it was a I think copper is the metallic, acid dragon. But
Yes,
you should know.
yes, it
If I
is.
remember correctly, Black Dragon is even acid.
Copper is acid. Yes.
Okay.
I can't remember if black
is
is
this
acid though. Isn't
I think
black?
no, it is because green is poison. I always
Yeah, I can never remember. I always get those two mixed up.
I
I'm always
know.
like, is
well, you
black?
picture. Well, it could be either because it's like you picture acid, you picture green. You also pick like poison mist, but then poison like could also be black because it's like you can imagine like a dark, like a thick ichor.
I would think
Black
poison
Dragon.
more is black. Yeah.
Yeah,
I always feel like
yeah,
Black Dragon
acid
should
is
do
green.
necrotic.
yeah. Realistically.
In any of my reading while I was in the library, very briefly, would I have read anything about the Black Dragon or this legend?
You can give me a history check.
Andy, history. Where are you? Here we go.
Nice. You remember much? Again, much the same. Not quite as detailed as Patri had a particularly detailed book about black dragons that you had read in a book of sort of local folklore, because obviously Green Marsh is, just beyond Minehelm. There are some very boring historians who maintain that, no, it's just, silly. It was just natural, They built on, near marshland. It was only a matter of time before their castle sunk. And it was so long ago, we're just speculating. Or some people said it was, a copper dragon, not a black dragon. But there was some mention, and you're not sure if it was just because it's a better story, that it was specifically that the ruler here had been courting, had been in league with a black dragon, and it was a fortuitous relationship, and the black dragon had helped him to conquer, and of course he in turn plundered things, shared a hoard with the black dragon, but either by betrayal or because the black dragon got fed up and wanted more, especially since he was doing the lion's share of the work. The relationship went south, and there was there's accounts of a very, very grim and very bloody affair where the people were bubbled and melted alive in the castle, and it's a bit of an acidic Harrenhal situation from Song of Ice and Fire. So yeah, it's difficult to tell because it's legend. So, but who knows?
Okay.
Fascinating place.
But they say that the curse there was a curse that was placed on the people, and some people say they're ghosts, but it's also like that thing of the curse still lingers, and that certain it's still lingering apparently.
Well,
So,
all I've
Andy
ever
claps.
heard of black dragons is that they love to ambush their foes. That they don't like fighting them in a straight up fight. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on the ceiling, except we're outside, and that's the sky.
So how tall were those walls on that end?
On the part that's out of the water.
Yes.
Part that's out of the water, they're only like 5 feet. There might be sections of it that there's, maybe closer to 10 feet of walls still standing, but they're not like super tall. The over, I mean, these ones would probably be about 10 foot left standing because they're partially in the water.
Can we see anyone in that area?
Well, give me a perception check.
And that area over there where you were just pointing, is that not fully submerged, or is it still a couple of feet of water?
It's not fully submerged. It's partly
A solid
submerged.
10.
No, it's difficult. No, it's difficult to tell. It's quite far away, and it's shrubbery. You don't particularly see anything. There are slightly higher walls, kind of, around here in this little kind of square. Actually, sorry, I should have said these are closer to like 10 feet at base. But you'd still, from that vantage point, you'd realistically see over them. Yeah.
Does the ruins go further back than this, or is this the whole of the ruins, or is this part of the ruin?
It's just this part of the ruins. It's not continuous ruins. There is more swamp, that like northward, but you are seeing bits of ruins in the distance. Yeah, you're seeing stuff in the distance. It's just the limitations of this particular map, yeah. But sort of beyond here, there is more land mass, because mostly it's all water again, out to the top right.
Do we see any boats or anything like that have been used to cross the section?
Well, I'd say probably with the 10 perception, you can see that there is a boat here. It's currently not anchored, or it's not moored, or whatever. There is a rope that was mooring it is loose.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and send it over and grab the rope and just try and like pull it back.
I love Mage Hand.
So
Are
good.
these walls in the water? Are they deep under the water, or if you manage to jump onto that wall, would you still be standing?
They're basically like just under the water. In certain places, they might go like a foot down, but they're basically walkable.
Okay, that's where Andy's headed, while Pouches is messing with the boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah. So what is it? 30-foot range on Mage Hand, is it?
I think it's 30 foot. You can cast it, but I think once it's cast, it's further.
Yeah. If it vanishes, if it's ever more than 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, I'll have to get down here.
So, as you start, Andy and Pouches, you start climbing. What's your passive perception? Is it
14.
yours is
12.
12? Yeah, I think you would both hear from this direction. Oh, sorry, I'm on there. Why is that not going away? Is that staying up for anyone else?
What? Yeah,
Weird.
there we go. Can you see it?
I did the ruler, and it's not moving out of my line of sight. So it's like staying on the thing. So anyway, sorry. From over here, this tree, you hear this like like a low groaning sound, like a pain groaning sound.
I'm gonna move over and like investigate. I'll be like slowly moving forward, and I'm gonna be holding firebolt.
Yeah.
Notched an arrow.
Yeah, as you make your way over, you can see that there is a man lying under the tree. He's under the tree on the lower cliff. Yeah, he's laying there half dead. He looks like he looks sort of strangely like bloated. And he's a little, he's got some cuts and scrapes. Yeah, and he's just like and he's like help me.
Who are you?
Carl. Call me Carl.
Does he look like he's in armor or anything like that, or what is he dressed in essence?
He is dressed. I mean, there's not a uniform, but
No, I mean
dressed...
more like, is he in armor? Is he in peasant wear? Is he?
No, he is in like armor and leathers.
Something similar to what the others were wearing?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to move you down there, Patri. Sorry. Meant to just move Thana, but it grabbed a bunch of you. Sorry, Kyle. What are you saying?
I said, does it look like some of the gear similar to what the others were wearing when we encountered them at the camp?
Yeah, similar. It's dark leathers, kind of a dark metal armor. Again, what they wear is pretty like basic and functional. It's very military looking, but it has little flares. They wear a lot of they got bits of like red, cloth on them, sort of something like a livery.
And he's wearing the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's probable he's one of them. You would probably assume.
Do I see an injury on his body? Why is he lying on the ground?
Give me a medicine check.
Natural 20.
Yeah, so as Thana is moving up to him, as Thana is moving up to him, you notice, like, you can see that he's clearly dying a painful death and is, without a doubt, he's poisoned. You can notice that he's under his skin, which looks a little kind of pallid and waxy. His veins look sort of there's an unsettling sort of green hue to them. Yeah, so he is poisoned and dying a painful death. Please. Please. You have to help me.
This is up to you, Thana, I'll say.
Well,
It's your magic
Thana
that's going to cure him.
Does she have...
If you decide not to cure him, though, I would be more than happy to put him out of his misery.
He's, as you were saying, he's like, wait, no. He says, please, I can... And he pulls... let me see. And he realizes as he empties his pockets, and he kind of looks and is like, shuts his eyes, and 4 gold coins sort of just spill out from between his fingers. He says, I can... please.
What's wrong with this man? He doesn't need to pay us anything, and I try and approach and do a medicine check of my own.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, so he's...
I'll be like, he's one of the bandits we're here to kill.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to give us his last gold to possibly live. It's not...
Yeah, but we could just wait for him to die and then take it.
I don't... Because I think... actually, let me just double check one thing here. Because I know, like, obviously, Cure Wounds isn't gonna... It's not gonna remove the poison, and she does not have, at the moment, I don't think she has Lesser Restoration paired.
Healing word doesn't cure anything, does it?
No, just straight up, like, healing, like, just, hit point healing won't do it.
We could give him one of the leaf things that he could chew for his 4 gold. That might help him.
Thana is gonna, yeah, I think she will.
With a medicine check of 6, I'm like, that might help him.
You know what she's gonna do? She'll if someone wants to give up one of those 7 leaves, it's probably not time to boil it. But I'm gonna say you can. I'm gonna make a save for him. I think I might actually add that if you chew the dry leaf, you might get the 1 hit point. But I'll say there's probably like maybe have a con save.
So
Or
Andy
maybe
will just
poisoned or something, just because it's like.
Andy will just about notch your arrow, so it's still kind of held ready, but in one hand. To give one of the leaves over, and then scoop up the 4 gold coins.
Okay. So Thana like presses the Sprigid leaf in his mouth and tells him to chew. He kind of tries to chew. His saliva's dripping down his chin, and then he just vomits it up and just vomits on the ground. It's just all bile that he's bringing up. And she touches him, and she's gonna cast Spare the Dying, at least, so he's not gonna like die in the out and out die in the next minute.
Holy more than this sucks.
Yeah, she says she's like this. Yeah, I think Thana's is gonna be like this is. She's like, I don't have any. I haven't prepared any rituals to draw out this poison, and it's far too advanced. She's saying this quietly to you, all that this is far too advanced. So we're not saving him. And she looks and she says, he's a dead man. Well, he's a dead man laying and talking. He's already dead.
I sort of hunker down and try and get it to eye level with him, and I say, listen, friend, you've just had an amazing stroke of luck. Some actual nice people have happened upon you, and maybe they can't help you. There's even a cleric here, and she's got nothing. Looks like you're poisoned. You're gonna die. Now, before you meet your maker, how about you do something good? What do you know? What's up ahead in these ruins? What killed you? How are your friends and that whole company you run with?
You'd see
I'm
a tear.
attempting to intimidate him.
A tear has just dropped from his eye, but even looking at that, the tear is it's sort of cloudy and yellow, and he's in the water. Something in the water. He said, I stole from the coffers, and he caught me. That bastard caught me at Belloc. He brought me up in front of the others. The crazy bastard let me go. Said if I can make it out of the swamp alive, I'd earn the gold. Well, I guess there's no chance of that now, is there? I made it to the ruins. But there, nothing. I made it to the boat with the chest. I was about to get on the boat, like we'd all done 100 times. We'd never met anything. We stayed on the path. We never met anything, but as soon as I got in the boat, something capsized it, dragged me down, tried to drown me. I could feel it in my lungs. I managed to pull myself to the shore, but I have done so many. The things that I've done. Oh.
Yeah. It's really terrible. You did terrible things. The gold is in the swamp.
You not
Yes,
like he ended up like this because he stole.
Yeah, and then something got him, and it got the gold. Is what I'm hearing.
something stolen. He's
I love
He
how
grabs
Andy
the-
just never hears the moral lesson. She just hears money.
For the
The
love
last-
of all that is holy, please, Thana,
yeah.
give this man his last rites.
Yeah, and he is as he's about to go over sorry. Ba, ba, ba. Sorry. Would you sorry, Dural, will you I meant to ask, give me a persuasion check because
Sure.
it kind of felt persuasive as just want to see if so he says he's like you. He kind of just grabs you up by the collar of the last. It's a pretty weak hold. He says he's like you. Why are you? What are you doing here?
We're gonna
Turn back.
sort out these fearless fellows. If anything else in this godforsaken fucking shithole messes with us, we'll get a good boot up the arse.
He says no. You won't stop them. You won't stop him. Whatever this is a better end for me than whatever Belloc would have done with me. I can tell you that. If you can kill him, then kill him. If you're determined, but just know that you are more than likely walking into your death, my friend. It's not much.
Pretty much every day.
It's not much, but and he kind of weakly points in a sort of a northwestern direction, kind of over this way, and kind of over this way here, and says that he says up in that tree, some basic supplies that we stashed for the trekking back and forth, but it's too high. I couldn't reach it without a boost. It's nothing much, just, rope and other necessities for journeying, but it might help. And though I never saw them, we never encountered them, there were things in the trees and in the ruins, like two-legged things, scaly, like a person, but not like a person at all. Strange, dark creatures that they never approached us. But be wary, I'm beginning to believe that something about our fearless leader was keeping them away. You have to kill him. And how they say nobody can. Belloc the Deathless.
Does this name ring any bells in my head?
No.
I appreciate the help, friend. Are you a smoker? Would you like one last smoke before you go? It's just about the only thing I have to offer you. And I take out my pipe and I light him up one last smoke.
He takes a drag on the pipe and he just immediately starts spluttering and more. There's just bile dribbling down his chin and he. Do it. Do it. Just end it. End it.
I look at one of the others.
So intense.
And one of you have something sharp.
Andy has already gone over to the edge of the cliff and she's walking up and down trying to stare into the water and spot the gold. So she's not listening.
Give me a perception check.
I'm just gonna crouch down beside him, and I'm gonna put my hand to his chest, and I'm just gonna let the cold of rare frost just seep into his heart. Just let him go to sleep that way.
Yeah, he just. And
Daryl closes his eyes and offers a silent prayer to Moradin.
Yeah, Thana performs a small ritual. We can maybe retcon this a little bit when T's back, just because Thana's a grave cleric, so I'm not sure if there's something specific that T wants to do. You know, should somebody die, like I don't know, would Thana put him in the swamp or mushroomize him, or or do something. But yeah, that is the end of they call him Carl Shallowwater.
Shouldn't have gone swimming in the deep water.
No, exactly.
Fuck this place. I guess.
Yeah, that's what he called him, Belloc the Deathless.
Just keep your eyes peeled, folks. Let's try and get across here. What about that boat? Pouches.
Yeah.
Think we're getting that?
Andy, you think you see something? You think you see something here? It looks like a big, not big, like maybe like 2 or 3 foot by 1.5 foot, maybe like a box, but the water's very murky. But I'm just gonna just outline. Oh god, where did I say it was? Here. Just I think what was I doing? Text. Yeah, I just round about there. Do you think it might be something? Yeah. Okay, that text went horrible, but there, maybe over there. Yeah, and I think since it is about that time when Pouches stops Carl's heart and puts him out of his misery, Doral and Thana say their silent prayers. I think maybe it's a good time to take a break, since it is 1:45, and we will be back in 10 minutes, there or thereabouts, and we'll see what lies deeper in the ruins. So we'll see you soon, folks. And, dun, dun, dun. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us. So, why is my Zoom is not popping back up for me? Within 1 second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Welcome back to Cloaks of Mindhelm. Just back from our break, and we just watched a man die. And let's go swamp diving. So, you that was a little unsettling, and Andy, you have sort of located a possible location. There's some kind of a box-shaped object underneath the water here. Maybe 20 feet down, 15 to 25 feet down.
So ways down.
This boat looks okay, right? From what we can see.
Yeah, I didn't. This wasn't a commission one. This was just. I went through some ruins, and Kate had this like awesome map. So I bought this map off of Kate, and obviously it had the boat already. It would be a bit better. It might be a little bit banged up because it capsized or whatever, but it looks more intact than it does there. But that was a sort of a pre-existing asset, so it doesn't look that weathered.
Who's feeling confident about the ability to play hopscotch to the other side and get that boat?
Well, that's what Andy's measuring up at the moment.
I could jump pretty far. I'd say the farthest out of all of us, if that helps. But I'm gonna go sploosh somewhere about 20 to 30 feet.
We need to come up with a way for Watson to be able to help us get across distances like this.
Yeah.
He could carry the end of a rope. I don't know,
Yeah.
or to the
Yeah,
boat.
Exactly what I was gonna suggest. How about that?
Yeah.
You could flap a rope over there, right?
Yep. I think
Yeah,
so.
I want
He's
to
got decent
see
carrying.
how. Yeah. Let's see what his
Gerald could eat the pixie dust and fly his way.
Oh,
over.
you're grand. Cheers.
Well, I think I see a route that I can jump here and then across there and jump to the next set and get across that way, I think.
Could work. Up to you, really.
Yeah, I just
so
jump to here, run along there, jump to there, run along here, jump to there, run along to there, run along here, run along here. Yeah, and then I'll be over.
just as a heads up, Watson Watson can carry 60 pounds is his carrying capacity.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's your strength times 15. He's got four strength.
All right, so where's he going?
Ben, did you remember to halve it because of his size?
Oh, I did. I did not actually yet. He's tiny.
How about we give him this piece of rope and he goes over there, jams himself into something, and we just pull on the rope, right?
I'll just have him fly around a few times. So you'll wrap it around something and you can drag it back.
Yeah. He can tie it around something and then dump his acid on it so it just melts and gooses together.
Wait, that flapping vial you made, does it have arms, fingers, thumbs? How's it tying a knot?
Well, it'll fly it around and move it. There you go. Yeah, you can fly.
I mean, I'm intrigued to see.
I mean, I guess if you... Hang on, why am I helping you figure out how it's going to carry a rope over?
Yeah. I mean, it's the best plan we got, really.
And whoever's lightest can go across first and make sure it's tied better.
Sounds good.
Works for me.
Okay, so yeah, how are we securing a rope? Because he's got his wings, which he could kind of carry something, but obviously if he's holding something, I don't know if he might be able to.
I think we tie the one end of the rope to him.
Yep.
And he flies over, he brings it, drags it, we keep the other side, and then he'll fly around, circle and something, carrying it and fly up and under. It's easy enough to do, and then we pull.
Try and loop it around something.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so we're doing that instead of the jumping?
Yeah, I think we should definitely avoid the jumping.
I mean, yeah. I think your man over there might have got something from the swamp. Don't want you possibly falling in there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fall in. It's just a little jump.
Well, there's always a chance, isn't there?
So what? So yeah. So how much? It's. I'm assuming this is somebody's got like a 50-foot length of rope from, like one of their packs or whatever.
Pretty much.
Obviously, you could, tie those together if you It would probably shorten one length of it by like 5 feet. I think that's. I think the rope of climbing does about that. So it sounds about right.
We didn't start off with like an adventurer's pack or anything. I actually don't have rope. I hope so.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you did. Yeah, but I feel like somebody picked rope.
There was
up.
a lot of rope in the sewers that we got.
Yeah,
I've got like 350 lengths.
Yeah, 50 foot of rope weighs 10 pounds. So, I mean, he could take 150 feet of rope. The max he can carry 30 pounds. Because tiny creatures, it's hard.
Yeah, so we just let him fly over, loop the boat, we'll drag it back. Like, just loop it under one of the boards. Under one of the seats.
Yeah.
Pull it across.
Sure, let's go for it. How much rope do we need? Was it 50 to get it? You probably need
50.
Yeah, you might need another length just because obviously that if it stretches, you'd want some to tie around and just as it's not. So
I think I have a. Hold on, let me just check. I picked up a bunch of rope in the sewers. Rope. Chalk. Hempen rope. I have 100 feet of hempen rope.
Sweet. Yeah, so easily, tie that one end to another. Yeah, because I think there was some like 50-foot loops and like a 30-foot and maybe even like a 20-foot loop or something. So yeah, we could easily make a up near 100 foot of rope. So.
Oh no, I have like 100-foot coil in my inventory.
Oh, cool! Like maybe there was a very long one in there. Yeah, so sweet.
There was one long set.
Yeah, so that's you've tied one end around Watson.
Well, just give Watson one end, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know if we can does he have a mouth or little feet?
I think he's just like a potion with wings, right? Now I think he's probably a little bit bigger than just like a potion because.
Just tie a little loop and then just slip it over him.
Yeah. Okay. Give me. I just want to see. Somebody, whoever's tying it to Watson, just give me a survival check.
Andy's tying it to Watson.
Unless one of you was like a sailor or something, which I know you weren't.
Survival.
Yep, seems pretty secure. You're confident that's gonna hold.
Yep. I still think we should jump, but okay. The boat works too, I guess.
Oh,
wasn't the dude in the boat when the thing got him?
He wasn't the boat when the thing got him. So.
Really? He was in the boat when it got him?
Yeah, it said something he said something capsized the boat.
Oh.
And tried to drown him.
Cool, okay. Right.
Andy finishes tying the rope to Watson and she just gives that as an aside, a bit like that meme of Kermit drinking his tea. It's like, that's none of my business.
So, do we want to start sending Watson across. If you just yeah. So whenever just I don't know, whenever Petrie wants to command him, if Nico, if you just kind of just start in whatever way you want, just start moving his token towards the boat, just so I know roughly where he is.
Does he have to go based on his speed, or can I just
I
move
mean,
him?
you can just start moving him. Yeah.
Near this guy here? Around here?
Yeah. So
Is there another one?
yeah, so hovering above the boat, you can see obviously, yeah, like as Kyle said, just like under the seat. So will you just give me I just want to double check his
What are you looking for?
sorry, would you give me well, it would be an acrobatics check for Watson. I think he's
Is that strength
She-
or
Dex. Just what this is basically to like loop de loop, you know, through the thing.
21?
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so just he doesn't even really pause, like he just gets to the you know, he just kind of hovers, like he's still he's just flown, he hasn't lost any speed, and he just dips and just goes loops through like a couple times, and then starts bringing the rope back. And so the 100 foot of rope, you might have needed to tie like a little bit extra on because, you know, it needs to get to the, but I'm going to assume if somebody else had, like someone, at least one other person's got to have a length of rope. I'm pretty sure someone else did take one.
I think
And
we've got plenty.
and I'm pretty sure Thana did. Yeah, as long as you just have just more than 100, just so that it's not. You know,
Well, I mean,
as
the
much-
boat is only
I
50
thought it was
feet
50.
away.
Yeah, but you
55.
know what I mean. Just that it would be like the exact, because it would lose some length, I think. But it's tied around now, and yeah,
I doubt we
it
tied
looks-
45 feet of rope on the boat, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's gonna. Are you not trying to bring it back? Oh, I see. You're pulling the rope towards? Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, we're pulling the rope back. We're
Yeah,
not waiting
yeah,
for him to like loop around and come back.
That's what I was.
We're just
Yeah,
having
I was not, I mean, he went. Yeah.
He's just looped enough that it's not going to just like and untangle it.
So Watson has secured a rope to the boat, and I know I might have to just make a little. I'm gonna
Boat.
have to draw a little bit. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm just gonna make sure I get the dimensions. I'm just gonna zoom in on the boat.
Welcome everyone to Art with Ben.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we're gonna put a happy little boat.
This
Just
is my
flick it,
world.
flick it. Happy
Yeah.
little accidents.
Yeah. There's no dying to death of a terrible poisoning. It's just a happy little accident.
Do happen to find Belloc the Deathless, make sure and just beat the devil out of him.
Yeah. But damn it, I love Bob Ross. And yeah, so the boat can now be moved. So, how are we doing this? Is everyone putting a hand to the rope? What's happening?
I'll help pull. I'll be like, Doral, come help me. You're strong.
All right. Pull on this, right?
Yeah, just give it a good tug.
Want to see? Yeah, so rowboat. So, boom. Actually, just pull that up. Does it? Yeah, it doesn't really give like a weight. I'm trying to think how much a rowboat would weigh. It can take. It says it can take 3 passengers.
I think there's a weight in Ghost of Saltmarsh. If you wait 1 second, I can go and look.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, my Saltmarsh book is in another room. yeah, I just want to make sure, because it's not going to be like that heavy, but I just want like a rough idea of how much force you're going to need to move this. I mean, I'm sure all of you like pulling, you'd be able to get it across, but exactly. I'd be pretty confident Doral himself would be able to pull it along the water. It's just a matter of how quickly it will get done. But what's certainly with an 18 strength, Doral, is hand over hand. You're starting, to move it. So.
Boat, long ship, keel boat, big boats. Not a warship, not a sailing ship, rowboat. Weighing 100 pounds.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be well above your strength. Is what, Doral, like 18?
Yeah, 18 strength.
Yeah,
The Doral could carry it. You might
18.
pull it.
Yeah, exactly, 18. Without a doubt. So it's pretty. Yeah, it's going to be quick. Like with, I just have to say, you probably get if you just move, just move down to the. Well, I suppose you could be pulling it from up there, but it's eventually going to kind of moor itself, roughly around there. Oh, we must actually indicate that this man has died a horrible death. He is still there. There you go. Yeah. So
I tried to sort of assess the boat. Does it look seaworthy? Is there big holes in it?
I would say just give me an intelligence check.
Sugar, that's a saving throw.
Same thing. I mean, you've not got proficiency either way, so
Yeah.
same diff. I mean, it looks pretty. You can't see any visible holes or anything. Obviously, some of it is partially under the water, but you'd guess it's pretty swamp worthy.
I mean, we've got a boat now, but now I'm kind of scared to get in it and get eaten. What do you all think?
You didn't want to jump. You don't want to swim. Like,
I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
There's only one option left, and it involves downing the the ash and dead skin of a little bug person.
I mean, what's the alternative? Someone sniffs some pixie dust, flies over and leaves us a rope, and we climb across. I mean, I'd rather be in a boat. Anybody got any bright ideas? Because I really don't.
I say we follow the wall.
Row,
Follow the wall?
gently down the stream. Merrily,
Yeah.
merrily, 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 dying with a scream.
Follow this wall here so we can use it to stop it from tipping us over and try and make land here.
Okay, sorry, how did that fail? I'm trying to get clever here with his stuff. Why didn't that work? Or
the boat's moved over. But
Oh no, it did. Yeah.
it worked.
Okay.
It's just before we heard a story about how that dude got bit by something and nearly capsized the boat. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to rock, paper, scissors for it? Who's going first here?
Are they
Well,
all
why
in the
don't-
boat for a start, by the
did
way?
he tie the end of the rope across, or is the rope is it tied to the boat?
It's tied to the boat.
Can we send him back to tie it to something secure so we can pull along it in the boat for
That's
extra...
actually a good idea.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Look, there's a nice pretty tree right there.
Yeah. I mean, presumably, Watson would have to remain over there, right?
Yeah, that's fine. I can go over first and get him back and make sure it's secure. I'm pretty light.
So I'll unloop Watson from the boat and then I'll be like, okay, he can go to the tree now.
So he has starts flying his way over. Just assume that he makes his way and he's kind of in the tree. You know,
Okay.
like
I'll just have said to
Around the
Patrice to
trunk.
have him wrap around the trunk a few times. And then, is there anywhere here I can tie the other end of the rope to? Like, these plants over here look good or something. Is there somewhere I can tie the rope to on this side?
give me an investigation or a survival check, but I'm going to assume.
You can assume, right?
Mhm.
29.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there is like right around here, like this piece of shrubbery. You can see that it actually
Rubbery.
this very thick, like you're not sure if it's like a tree or some other kind of whatever kind of plant it is, but it's clearly got like very deep roots, and it's this almost kind of bamboo-like, plant that it's clearly anchored very, very deep into the mud in this lake bed, and is or very slow moving river. Not really sure with the swamp water, but that will hold like nobody's business.
Cool, I'm going to tie it off there.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of the boat, how many people does it look like could safely be in it?
It said, just based on the size that it is on the map, like it says a rowboat would carry through. I mean, it's basically 15 feet long. It's at a bit of an edge. You know what I'm going to do actually is I might just, for simplicity's sake, gonna like rotate it a bit because it really it'll hold 3 people. It says it will hold 3 people, and that's basically 3 squares.
Cool. I'll volunteer to go in the first boat then.
Yeah. Or do you know what I might do actually is I'll turn it. Sorry, Pouches, just give me 1 second. I'll turn it like that way. Just because.
In the river!
Yeah, presumably that's how you'd be getting in.
I'll volunteer. Who's joining me?
I want to get this over and done with. Come on.
I think I'd say Thana will wait for the second trip. Is Andy keen to get in the boat first?
Andy's not super keen on the boat, but yes, look, Andy will get in the boat.
Getting her closer to treasure. Of course Andy's getting in the boat.
Yeah.
And Andy has her deads about this boat, but she does want closer to that treasure.
Yeah. 1 second. Doral, you're getting in the boat, right?
Yep.
Let's just do that. Cool. Just drop Doral in the boat. There is now. So you're just pulling yourselves along on the rope, right?
Yeah, quickly. Trying to cover this distance as quick as possible before anything.
Okay, Doral, could you give me another strength check then?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to say, just simplicity's sake, you would move, basically 30 foot per round, same speed as most creatures. So I'm going to rotate because presumably Doral starts pulling the rope. Hey.
Yep.
And oh god, they're upside down. No, fuck it. It's not. Oh, it was rotating you guys, not the boat. Oh, I'm just gonna do this instead. I'm just gonna swap Pouches and Doral, so we can assume this is the front of the boat with the rope. Yeah, and yeah, I was gonna start moving.
Does Dural get advantage because we're helping on that strength check?
Yeah, I mean it's,
You
it's
left
basically.
half the boat behind.
Oh man, it's like it's. Hello,
It's a really
yeah.
wide circle.
I'm highlighting the whole goddamn thing. Yeah. Okay. Now. Oh my god. Okay. This will have to do.
Ben is going to go find a boat token right after the session tonight.
Oh my god. Yeah. Losing my goddamn mind. Do. I'll fix it later.
So row our boat gently across the lake.
So once you get about here, that'll have to do. Yeah, once you get about here, you start to feel the boat moving. Like the water, which was perfectly still, has started to get a little rocky. And would everybody in the boat give me a strength save, please?
Knew it. I knew the boat was a bad idea. Should've just jumped.
I'm really surprised you got it across the water. I'm very proud of you all.
Holy crap, I succeeded on the strength save.
God
I
damn.
got the most? How did that happen?
I presume I failed.
Bu-
Oh no, Andy
you got a
failed.
17.
Oh,
Andy,
yes, yeah.
Andy, will you give me a deck save?
Deck save. 11.
Okay. Well, Andy is nudged out of the boat and then fails to, at the last second, grip the lip of the boat and is dunked in the stinky drink. And
Splash.
I think we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Initiative in the water.
Good lord.
Hang on, let me just pull up the. Where's it gone? The turn order.
That's brilliant.
The
What
one
we're gonna
person
do
who-
today is we're going to get through an initiative roll where Ben doesn't have to manually put in things.
Yeah. This is.
Here we go. Hold fire. Can we go yet? Can we?
Yeah.
We're good to go. Click your
Make
token.
sure you select your token.
Hey!
Okay. So.
You're not rolling for Petrie and
I'm gonna roll. Let me roll Thana actually. Right, I'll go onto this layer here. Where is her sheet? Oh, nice. Thana, I'm pretty sure has less dex than. Is less dexterous than. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put her below, and actually, this thing in the water is actually going after Andy, but full Thana. So, with that, it looks like at the top of the round is Doral. So you're not sure that you just feel something.
I
Feel
redouble.
something in the water.
I redouble my efforts to move this boat and pull as fast and hard as I can.
Yeah, I'll say. Sure, if you want to give me a strength check.
Sure.
Just want to see, like...
Total of 11.
Okay, but I'm gonna say basically you can. I suppose it doesn't really matter. You can effectively dash with the boat. If you're spending your action,
Yeah.
you can just rely, like you can get it. You'd probably get it all the way over there, but I'd say if you want to use your action, you could probably get it over there and lash it to the tree.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So,
Spend my
hang
whole
on,
turn doing that.
sorry, I need to just give me 1 second. Just move you guys out of there for a sec because I just need to make sure I grab the boat, but not Andy. Yeah,
Just added that as the rope. You left off the boat behind.
Yeah, I've just got to.
Maybe just
You know what, I
delete
don't-
those.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an unnecessary embellishment.
We know the weird turd shapers of the boat.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get there and you lash that to the tree, so it is secured. So that was kind of your. I'd say you can have kind of pretty much you can have your own movement if you want to. Like I say, it's going to take about half your movement to like get out of the boat and up on there.
Yeah, I think I'll just move to there and just chill there. That's my turn.
Sorry, let me just do something here. I'm just gonna let me just rotate you guys back around. So that was Doral. Andy, you are in the water. You're not drowning or anything, but you are in the water.
In the water. As the boat was pulling away on Dural's turn, would I have had time to try and toss something up onto the boat? Basically, Ember's in my pocket and is a very unhappy wet kitty. So
if you want to use your reaction, I will let you have used your reaction to do that.
yeah, so I love dealing with a cat that's not happy to be in my pocket. Managed to get her out and sort of tossed her in the direction of the boat, and I'll assume Ember did the rest and got herself up onto the boat, or himself. I think he said it was a him. So a very wet, bedraggled, stinky cat has appeared on the back of the boat. And then Andy.
Everybody hearing smelly cat in their heads, or is that just me?
A cat.
And then Andy will just start swimming after the boat. Is swimming half speed?
Yes.
Yeah, unless you've got a swim
So if
speed.
you dash, you'll get full speed still.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will be
So
swimming.
you can pretty much get back to the boat.
Yeah.
To the lower shore in essence.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim. I think that direction there. It's pointing at the minute.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Roll
you can
20 is
get to
annoying
that
me
square.
right now.
Lets me get as far as basically there. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. And that was Andy's turn.
Well, actually,
Okay.
technically, you can double dash, can't you? Because you've got cunning action.
You certainly can.
Option yet?
Yeah, you got.
Because you can dash as an action, dash as a bonus action. So you can just be like out of the water.
So reaction was to get Ember up onto the boat. Bonus action each of my turns to. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I've made it to shore.
Excellent.
Just like Andy, super speeding out.
Yeah. Fuck out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Where is the fucking thing gone? So that was everything.
Is that wall too tall for me to have climbed up on when I get there?
Yes, it would be 5 foot of movement.
Yeah, I think I had that to get up there. So I've perched myself up on one of the walls that.
Okay. Give
For
me a
fuck's
perception.
sake, sorry, I didn't roll initiative.
No, so good. Sorry. Just while you're doing that, Nico, is what's your passive? Andy again? Is it? What'd you say? 14.
Passive was 14. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second.
Or was that just for people on the boat? Sorry, I totally.
No, it's for everybody. Sorry. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Oh, yeah, okay. So, you notice from, where are you now? From the northwest, or so from behind you and to the right, Andy, you see this thing. Although the scales are black, you see this weird sort of dragon flesh mutant. In the ruins, it turns and
Wonder
it
where
sees
that's
you up
from.
on. Yeah, as you see, it sees you up on the wall, and it raises this massive, like, black-scaled, clawed hand. And in one hand, it's got a big club, which just looks like a particularly gnarly piece of tree, you know. And it like it beats the club against the stone, and it's like points a clawed finger at you.
Someone's home.
Yeah, and then you, where am I? And oh damn it, where has it gone? And you also hear from over here, you hear a screeching sound, and
Sorry.
that's all good. And something, oh sorry, I don't know if it actually did move. I was on the GM layer. Yeah, but something kind of like that. This also this sort of dragon flesh mutant, that it sort of is like vaguely humanoid. It looks like it was maybe partly human. These clawed, very membranous wings, and is perched very high on this pillar of rock. Looked like it was about 40, 45 feet off the ground. Has just screeched and looking at you all. But it is something else's turn, and let me just... Oh, I've lost... Okay, so just check my notes real quick. Okay, so... Six. Yep. Okay. So, yeah. Pouches, I think. Yeah. No. Oh, damn, hang on. I'm gonna eeny, meeny, miny, mo this. Yeah. Pouches. You feel the water sort of shift and kind of roil beneath you, and then you can feel something like it's almost like something coiling around your leg. And I'm on the wrong sheet, so God damn it. 6 plus. So yeah, that's thankfully only a 9 to hit. So you can feel like something was trying to. It doesn't feel like, it just feels like water pressure just around your ankle, like like the water pressure just crushed and coiled around your ankle, but you like instinctively sort of kick and thrash away, and you break the grip of whatever is going on beneath the still waters of the swamp. And that means it is Thana's turn. We'll just see what can she do from over here. What is the range on Sacred Flame? 60, right? Yeah, okay. So, let's see. So, 10, 20, 25, 30. Can she reach? Sorry, Thana's over here. Can she reach this guy? She cannot.
Else hearing a little echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting it for most of the game. I don't know. Not really sure what's going on. Goddamn, what can she do? I think she might. No, or is it better to make her way across? Yeah, I think she's probably the smarter play is to move this way. So she was there, I think. 10, 15. So what is her strength? How far can she jump? She has...
You could always try and climb on the rope and like scoot yourself across.
Yeah, but it looked like something was trying to drag Pouches down. Well, something was rocking the boat, so she can easily jump there. And I'm just going to roll acrobatics, and she does manage to land. So she'd already gone like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, that was her action. I think she's just going to use her action to dash. So, but she's going to have to move at half speed, I think, to get across here. Just because it's kind of slippery. 5, 10, 15. Okay, so she has made it that far. And it is... This thing's... Why is that not... Give me 1 second, sorry. This thing didn't go in right. So, sorry, reset this. 4, 5, okay. So this screeching creature from up high on this rock starts to swoop down, and its speed, just double check, okay, 60. I think it's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 23. Okay, actually 5, 10, 15, 60. It can actually get to just next to Pouches, and it is going to attack. Oh no, sorry, it can't, because it is it's still like 40 feet in the air, so it's I think it's gonna just circle. So it looks like it's getting ready to. It's moved, but I'll dash and it'll kind of get itself in position between Doral and Pouches, about 40 feet up into the air. And that is its turn. Then it is this big dude over here, and he has seen Andy and starts making his way. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He just starts bounding and sort of rushing towards you, Andy, where he comes right up close and makes 4 and a club. His great club is at 14 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses you, right?
If someone could untie Watson, that would be great.
Yeah. Fona does I guess a 14 misses you, right? Oh, sorry, you're muted, Fona.
Sorry, yeah, no, misses.
Yeah, and the other was like a 25, which I'm guessing is a hit.
25 does hit.
So that is. It's my. Oh, actually. That's my bad. He was actually there because he doesn't need to get that close. He's got reach, and then where is my gun? Where's my damage? Okay. 8. D10. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's max damage. So that is 12 slashing damage and 10 poison damage.
So, sorry.
This
10 poison, 12
12
slashing.
slashing. Yeah. So this is like black scaled claw. It's very sort of oversized arm. He swings with the club, but you duck, and then you're just not expecting. You lose balance ever so slightly on the wall, and it just rakes the claw across your body, and it just gashes just right across your abdomen, and you feel it cut through the fabric, through the leathers, and dig into your skin. And right after, you've been cut before or slashed before, and you feel that rending, but then there is an even deeper sting afterwards, like something in your wounds is like burning and festering as it draws across you. And
Does if he finishes there, does that count as finishing within 5 feet of me?
No, he would actually stop because it's got reach on its attacks.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you're not within 5 feet of it. But then you see, no. What are you doing? God damn it, where is it gone? Too many. Just checking this in my notes. Yeah. Okay. So, sneaking up. Roll. Yeah. Okay. So. So, just then, Andy, this thing appears next to you. You hear it moving through the ruins behind you. This little one, again, this sort of shriveled, mutated, half draconic, half humanoid thing springs up onto the wall and goes to sink its fangs into your neck, and you can see just as it goes to bite down, some kind of clear fluid, or not a clear fluid, a sort of green tinged fluid. That is 20. Yeah, that is a 24 to hit.
Which hits.
And okay. That's 4 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison damage. And would you give me a Constitution save?
Constitution. Oh no.
Oh, and as soon as this thing sinks its fangs into Andy's neck and just sinks right in through the flesh, deep into your throat, and then it stops hurting. You don't feel you kind of feel it numbly withdrawing its fangs, but then you lose all sensation in your neck, and then you can't move your cheek. You go to yell in pain. Nothing moves, and you want to instinctively draw your bow back and take a shot, but your hand just locks up, and then you can't move your feet as Andy is paralyzed until the end of her next turn. So, Andy's paralyzed up there on the wall with them, And Pouches, you're up.
You're muted, bud.
So I'm going to move up to there,
Mm-hmm.
get out of the boat, run onto dry land, and then I'm going to turn and having seen the thing trying to attack me, I'm going to go after it because I don't know how much trouble Andy's in yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to Scorching Ray against this thing in the air.
Go for it.
Natural 20
Ooh.
for
Nice.
17 points of fire damage.
Oh, that's how many was that was from was the nat 20 on the first one. Nice, so 17.
Still up?
Yep. So you send this fire, it does catch on fire, it scorches across its flesh. You see like singed dragon scale like fall off of it, and then they just kind of turn to ash before they reach the ground, and it seems like it's hurting.
13
That is a hit.
for 10 points of fire damage.
Oh yeah, and another slams into it. And you see it burn a hole through one of its ribs. You can see the bone and the scorched flesh.
Still up?
Still up, but looking rough.
24
Yeah, go for it.
for 6 points of fire damage.
Which is one more than you needed. So,
Nice.
just this thing comes swooping down, like, it comes diving, or it comes swooping down and it starts to circle. It looks like it's about to dive on you. Instinctively, you just look up and just unleash 3 bolts of rays of fire just right into it. They lance through its flesh. They burn it up completely, and it is turned to ash before it hits the water, and it just sprinkles sprinkles atop the water. So
Then as my bonus action, can I use it to unhook the tree? Can I use it to unhook Watson? Or is that going to be a full action?
I'd say it'd be an action just because you're gonna have to like untie him and
Okay. I'm just going to shout to Doral, go help Andy, because his back was to that whole scene behind him, and I'm like, go help Andy.
Yeah, good job. That uncomplicates things.
So that means it's Patri, who is like Thana is over here.
So is Watson tied like completely to the tree, or can he attempt to leave, or
well,
how far can he go?
Trying to think how he would have to secure himself to it. I mean, maybe he could go like, let's say he can move
He's
within
probably
10.
right up there, isn't he?
Let's say he can move within 10 feet of the tree. Let's be, I don't know. Maybe he would give himself a little bit of slack. I don't know.
Does he have does he have a skill that would burn the rope around him? Oh, he's full of acid. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to make him take an action.
Sure.
To use his acid to burn the rope away around him.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. So he can. Yeah. He just kind of. He's struggling. He kind of just like tips his head back. Not his head. He tips himself backwards, and a drop of acid falls, and it starts eating away the rope, which in the course of his turn is undone. So he can move freely.
Cool.
He's his action, but he can move freely.
Okay, so I will cast Inflict Wounds as my non-spell slot once a long rest thing, whatever that is for.
Big guy or the small guy.
Yeah. So and then
he'll have to obviously get up and touch him.
Yes, so then he'll use his reaction to go and I can't seem to move him though anymore.
Really?
Oops, wait. No, that's because I got stuck.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. So he goes
I'll-
over there.
And I roll. Oh, for fuck's sake. Doing all of this on one screen is such a pain in the ass.
No.
Inflict wounds.
Nice.
No, 11. Move.
Cool. That is. I'm pretty sure it's a miss, but I'll just double check. Yeah, that unfortunately. It's just he's about to like tip, and then at the last second, this thing kind of just like dodges, moves out of the way, and Watson goes a little bit wide. A bit of acids, drops out and spills onto the ground. Nate, he's still got 15 feet of movement. If he wants to risk flying away from this thing, and risk the opportunity attack.
Doesn't he have the same thing as the owl?
No, it doesn't have flyby. It has evasion. I think because, it's like they all
he
have
has
a fly
evasion.
speed. Yeah, which is like that's the deck save one, isn't it? You get like
Yeah.
you take if you take half normally, and then if you would otherwise take half, you don't take any damage on a deck save.
Yeah. So does that count if I were to move farther away from him?
It would be on like something for the deck save, like something like dodging out of the way of like a fireball or something that not like an attack roll.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll he'll
You can-
fly
you
back
can-
to the tree.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll come back to the tree next to Andy.
Okay,
Or-
so,
Pouches.
Is that Andy? Who's that? No, that's not Andy.
Patches?
Sorry.
so he'll
Yeah.
make
I'm so blind. This is
okay, so he Watson. Okay, so that thing swings at Watson as he goes to make his way. That is okay. What was it? 15 plus 6. So that's 21 to hit. Which is AC is what, 13. Yeah, so that's a hit, which means. I don't know. I want to double check. Is he immune? He should be immune to poison, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to bother rolling the poison. So 2 plus 4. So that is 6 points of slashing damage. Which I think he's still upright because his HP is 1 plus your intelligence. What's Patrice's intelligence modifier? Is it 4?
4.
So 5 plus 4. Yeah, he's got 9 hit points. So he's still got 3 hit points left. But he takes 6. So this thing like rakes across. You all hear that sound of like nails scratching against glass. It's that nails on a chalkboard kind of screeching in your ears, and you kind of feel a little kind of wince coming from Watson, and there's cracks go all up the vial. His wings kind of, curl up.
My little guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, what, he's down to 3 or 2 hit points?
3.
2? 3.
Yeah, he's down to 3. And then that is Doral.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15 to there. And I'm gonna attempt to grapple this guy for my action.
Yeah, go for it.
So that is an athletics check.
Let me just get his.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What?
It looked so good, and then it went so bad. It was on a 19. It just
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's a. Yeah.
although it could still fail. I mean, it could still pass, but it's rare.
Yeah, it did not also get a nat 1. No, he got a 8 plus 4. He got a 12.
So then, as a bonus action, I'm going to punch this guy with an arm strike.
yeah.
Let's see. It's a total of 9. Oh,
Oh,
way she goes sometimes.
yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, coming out of the water, it's pretty like you're kind of getting your bearings, and you're not. You're not you're a dwarf. You're not a swimmer. So by the time you get out,
I'm gonna continue rotating around this guy. 20, 25 to there, and that's my turn.
cool. So, Andy is unfortunately paralyzed, but at the end of her turn is no longer paralyzed. So it is this. Sorry, guys. Yep. So then it is Thana, who I think I'm just gonna have. Where is she? She's over here somewhere. Okay, Thana over here. Yeah, she's gonna have to try and. No, I don't even think she'll attempt the jump. I think she'll just kind of dive into the water. 5, 10. Oh no, sorry. 5, 15, 20, 30, and then dash 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she's just spending her turns basically, making her way across. And it is this thing, which thankfully would have gone for Andy, but it has seen Doral. Doral is like swinging at it, so it's going to turn around and 2 attacks against Doral. It's Great Club swing. It's a 14. And a 16.
14 misses, and a 16 hits.
Okay, so I think you've got resistance to poison, right?
I do, because I'm a dwarf.
Yeah, so I'll have her. Yeah, well, good thing, because that was. So that's 7 slashing and. I'm sorry, 7 slashing and 5 poison. I've already have that. It did 10.
12. Cool.
Well, actually. Yeah, and then it's just going to move 5, 10, 15. It's actually going to move out of your range.
I'd like to spend a reaction for an attack of opportunity, if that's okay.
Go for it, yeah.
Try for an unarmed strike for a total of 14 to hit.
It actually yeah. So it actually would have. You can feel that it's like it's about to connect. Its AC's 14, and then at the last second, it uses its reaction, where it kind of turns its body and it throws up the much more armored arm, the scaled one, and it like deflects it in sort of a. It's not even like a swift parry. It just kind of takes the brunt of it on the much tougher scales, and the attack doesn't go through. But it is
screw
just,
you dainty elf kisser.
Yeah, and it has just kind of moved around a bit. Kind of seems to be repositioning itself. This thing, though, Andy is no longer paralyzed. This little dude, I think it's just going to go for another attack. God damn it, and hits. That is another like 25. And oh god, where is this goddamn thing? So that is 7 piercing damage and 9 poison damage to Andy.
Doki, and Andy, just as she regains movement, flops down like her strings have been cut.
Oh, and yeah, there's no point in doing the save for being poisoned. So then this thing jumps down 5. Oh no, actually it's up there already. So 5. Shit, sorry. 5, 10, 15. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it just moves up around behind Doral, and Pouches, you're up.
Having seen this, I'm going to make my way into this gap here. Just enough to get sight of this thing that just like fucked up Andy. And Scorching Ray again.
Okay.
25.
That is, yeah, that's a hit.
24.
That is a hit. This is the little dude, right?
Yeah. 9 points of fire so far. And 16.
Okay, that's a hit, yeah.
So that's 8. 13 points of fire total for him.
Okay, yeah, so again, this seems surprisingly like robust little thing as you kind of again pepper it with these rays of flame. And they do, you know, smash into, they scorch, they don't hit quite as hard as they did on the sweeper, on the flying thing. But it's, you know, it certainly doesn't like it, and it's not looking great, you know. It's singed and scorched, and it's, you know, it's not bleeding as all these wounds are cauterized, but it is
And then I'll
it is
just pull back
staggered.
a little bit.
Okay, and then Patri is up. If you're delivering a spell through Watson, this time Patri might have to just move a little bit closer, because you just happen to be, you can do it within 120 feet of you, which it was like pretty much spot on. So just if he just moves like a little bit closer, or as close as Patri can get, just with like, because, you know, moving another 30 feet, it should be all good.
I forgot to move last turn. For some reason, I thought it was up there near where they were. Okay, I'll move. What's my distance? 25 or 30? It's 25. Is that close enough for him?
Yeah, as long as, so like, I'm gonna assume, you know, that's like, you know, like that's within 120 feet of you.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
So pretty much anywhere if he would be adjacent to any of those dudes. Obviously,
well, I don't
Watson's
have
also
to
got
die,
his little,
though.
yeah, he's also got his little pew pew, his ranged attack, so he can always do that.
Yeah. I always forget he's got that. Okay. Well, I don't have anything that would reach him, so I might as well dodge, I guess, get closer. I don't think I have anything with a distance of.
You can always use your action to run, follow.
Yeah. How long? Yeah, I will just run. I'll dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Can I swim? Pull the boat back? What do I do? How do I get over
what's
there?
your name along the walls?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so if you...
She swim?
No, she
Good
ran over the tops of those walls.
Yeah,
jumped
you
to
can...
the top and then jumped over.
So even if you like, yeah.
How far can I jump?
What's
Running
your
jump 10
strength
plus your strength score.
10 plus your strength score?
Strength
10
mod.
minus 1?
You can jump
So-
9 feet.
9? Oh,
It
so I
could get
can't
you
really
to the
make
wall.
it. You think?
I would say so. I mean, that's
Yeah,
10
yeah,
feet.
that's like
10,
yeah.
the closer one. Okay.
Okay, so
that
hang on, that
above?
was 5. Yeah, that was like what 20 feet of movement
10.
altogether, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be able to move like there because these along the wall it's going to be half movement, difficult terrain because you're kind of balancing and obviously moving on slippery rock. But yeah, that should be good. So I think that was dash action, right? And then bonus action to command Watson.
Sorry, I'm so spacey. Yeah, so ranged attack, or strike, 30 feet, 30 foot, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he'll come a bit closer here.
Is this on the?
Actually, he'll come up there.
Cool.
Well, which one are you striking? The little one or the
Big
big
guy or
one?
The one that's more hurt.
I think that would be that one.
The little one?
Yeah, it looks a bit more banged up.
Go over here then. Okay. First strike. Oh, I clicked it already. Attack 21. Sorry.
21
that hits for 3 force damage. Woo.
Yeah, but he kind of swings in and gives his little gun wings and fires off.
Like with the little slave one.
Yeah, they're like little hues of acid, splashed acid. I think is what he would be doing, like spitballs of acid.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I just got a message. Nice. So Doral.
Can we change that in the future, or at least talk about changing it from force damage to acid damage, and make his attack like a?
You can totally make it acid if you want. Yeah.
So going forward, I'll do that.
Sweet. Doral.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna move to here. Does anything happen?
You're gonna move to. Where's this? Sorry.
Moving from here to here. Does anything happen?
No, I think you weren't within range of that.
Just in case it had reach or something silly.
Oh, like if it had a yeah. Sorry, I get what you mean.
So that's 5, 10 feet of movement, and I'll move up to this guy, and I'm going to attempt to grapple him again. So let's see. That is exact same thing, a 19, and then it rolled to a 1.
Yeah, I can't. Well, he got a 9 plus what's his plus 4, but I kept rolling the same attack roll against Andy. It was like a 20 fucking something.
Okay, that didn't work out. So then I'm going to try to punch this guy, frustrated. For a total of 24 with 9 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that'll hit. And he.
I guess it's some kind of uppercut because this guy's so goddamn much bigger than me.
Yeah. So you go to punch him, and it's it comes around. What did I? No, sorry, I forgot. I used a reaction on different turn. So yeah, you come in, you clock this guy like right in his not so armored, still semi-human chin, and like you see like some mangled, misshapen tooth kind of pop out of his mouth and clack onto the floor. But with that, as we had been doing with the Andy, would you give in private or whisper death save?
Okay, I think I have it set to go to you.
Yeah, sorry. I think if it doesn't, then it's not. Okay.
Did that go?
Mm-hmm. And in the midst of combat with Andy slowly dying on a wall, Doral embroiled in combat with this big dude, something in the water coming to kill you, and the others trying desperately to cross. I think we're going to have to end it there.
Ooh.
We are already over time, and we'll leave you with the question of Andy and her mortality.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. So thanks everybody. Sorry. I'm dying of I've got poison. I've been poisoned. I'm dying. So thanks everyone for joining us again. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. Same time, same place. And yeah, it was a good one.
Thanks for
See you
hanging
soon.
out.
Cheers, everybody.
See you next time.